Hey guys, welcome to another recap of The Amazing Race. Last week they were in Copenhagen, and that is where they will stay, at least for the first part of this episode. So they have to get their butts over to the Hans Christian Andersen statue, and it's a roadblock. They're needing to memorize the poem at the bottom of the statue. They have to grab a bicycle that's got a map on the front tire. Yes, I know this sounds insane, but this is what they had to do. They had to drive it over to the theater and recite the poem, "This how you say drama," for the drama critic, who was really kind of creepy. And he was dressed up, I suppose he was supposed to be Hans Christian Andersen, but he kind of looked like Barnabas from March of the Wooden Soldiers. Pretty weird. All right, so Kathy had trouble finding the theater. The whole episode, her and Bill were having trouble with directions. It was really kind of sad. She couldn't, well, no, not her. Kathy couldn't recite it the first time, so she had to go back as a penalty. Also, the snow dude, he didn't have enough drama, so he had to go back as a penalty, and also Sandy did not have enough drama as well. So they all had to ride back and forth, and they finally all got it. So the next part was Legoland, where Legos were born. I guess so. I didn't realize that, but I guess they were. They gave them a little Lego box, and they had to get on the teacup ride, which is like the pirate carousel, because I guess it was like little crow's nests. And they had to build the puzzle out of Legos, which gave them the next clue, but they could only do it while the ride was going, which makes you really kind of nauseous. It's like reading in a car. And a lot of the participants came pretty close to throwing up. And the puke bag that they gave them, that they provided, was made of paper. So I can imagine if anybody used it, it would be leaking all over the place. I mean, what is the point? So Jeremy and Sandy had some problems too, because they dropped a piece out of the teacup and they had to start over and get a new one. But if they finished that, the next part was to go to Hamburg, and then you have to drive to Germany and get to the train station. And they're going to be traveling by train to Belgium, but it was two different train rides. One was, I think, to Cologne, and then Cologne to Belgium, Brussels. So the train was at 12:30 in the morning, so everybody was on the same train. But there was always drama. Bill and Cindy dropped their tickets for the second train ride. So when they actually got on the first one, they asked Ms. Conductor, we have lost in our train tickets. Is there anything you can do for us? No, I can do nothing. So yeah, they ended up getting on the second train and freaking lucked out because nobody came around to check for the tickets. Go figure. So when they get to Brussels, Belgium, they find out it's a bodybuilding pose down. It's a mother effing pose down. You gotta strip down and you gotta oil it up with the fake tanner. Scary, because one of the ladies was very well endowed in, how do you say, the lower package area? Okay, let me show you what to do. They had to learn a pose down routine. They had 3 judges. They had to pull at least a 12, which means they had to get an average score of 4 from each judge. And the suits were, how do you say, very small. Very small. All right, so Amani and Marcus, they freaking blew through this. They got it in the first try. However, everyone else was, how do you say, having the problems. Bill and Kathy especially, and Andy and Tommy, they were pulling 1s. They'd never make it on Toddlers and Tiaras. All right, so it's pit stop time. Park Elizabeth. Amani and Marcus came in first, and they found out that they won a trip for 2 to Panama. Get your mosquito nets ready now. All right. And Phil pulled out a surprise clue from under his shirt, I guess, and was like, yo, the next leg is now. Keep racing. I hate when they do that because that means there's no rest period. So they ended the episode pretty much right there. They said it's going to be continued. And next time they're going to add in a little rafting and racing. No extra charge. All right, kids. So till next week, much love.